Hello, hi everybody. It's Colleen with Couture. I thank you for coming in. I'm just going to get the iPad started and then we will get going with tonight's project. Okay, just waiting for my iPad to catch up and then we'll get going. We got a super cute, and it's going to be really quick. If my iPad would work. Come on, there we go. Okay. Just want to get this shared real quick and then we can start tonight's fun project. Okay. Oh, all right, that did not work. Let me go back. Okay, share to group. There we go. Now we can get it working. So we're trying something a little different. I'm trying to share it to a different group. Here we go. Okay. All right, so hello everyone. Let's start again. This is Colleen from Couture, and we are coming live with a Couture project tonight. It's going to be super fast and easy and quick, but I just wanted to come in and do a project from beginning to end, so that because Couture, being a kind of a somewhat new DIY home decor company, it's something that you actually have to see to understand. So so I wanted to come in and do a super quick project so that you can see just how easy it is to use. So what I'm using tonight is our board and base, which is pretty awesome. It comes apart so that if you have your design going this way or this way, it works either way. So that's pretty cool in that you can flip it to make it work. So what is Couture? So as I mentioned, it's a brand new DIY home decor company that uses silkscreen transfers and chalk paste. And what we do is we create our designs with the transfers that are already made, and we use the chalk paste to create the design on just about any surface you can think of. We do have different surfaces, but you're not limited to just using Couture surfaces. So the transfers can be used on glass, burlap, mirrors, wood, paper, chalkboards, windows, walls, just about anything that you can think of, you can use our transfers on. They are sticky back transfers, and like I said, they are reusable, so you can get between 8 to 12 uses out of each of these transfers. If you're very diligent with cleaning them, then you'll get many more uses than that. Okay, so let's dive in and explain how this works. And just so you know, on the back of every transfer has all the instructions of exactly what I'm going over tonight. So our brand new transfer, I have already opened this. It did come in a sheet and it had the pieces to it. And then all that I did was cut along the lines that are indicated, and I label the back so that I know this is the paper side of the carrier sheet, and I put little B's on here, and then I put what the transfer is on the back here. The reason that we do that is because the back of the carrier sheet is paper, and we don't want to accidentally put our sticky silk screen transfer onto the paper side, because then it will stick and then we can't get it off. So see how that's shiny? That's where we want to return our transfer to when we are done. So all that we need to do first and foremost when you have a brand new transfer is fuzz it up. Now you can do this on your shirt, on a kitchen towel, or anything that you can pick lint up to just slightly to put fuzz on the back of your transfer. We have a fuzzing cloth here, which is pretty awesome. The one side with the tag is the fuzzing side, and then the inside is a very soft terry cloth material, and that helps to clean your board. So that's a nice tool to have. So once I have fuzzed my transfer, now I am ready to go. So I just go ahead and place it wherever I would like. I'm going to go over to the side here. We're going to offset it a little bit. So once I put my transfer down, I just want to make sure I'm not feeling any bubbles in the silk screen area. Just like that. Just using my hands, because that's how I can feel for the bubbles. You can take one of our squeegees and use that as well. And that when you hear like a Rice Krispie sound, then you know that you got all the bubbles out. So this is perfect. That's exactly what we need. So let's move some of this out of the way. And then we will go ahead and get our chalk paste opened. This is our amazing Eucalyptus chalk paste. This is one of my favorites. I keep using this because I love it so. and this is our white chalk paste. These are 3-ounce chalk paste jars, and they retail for $12.99, and you'll see that a little bit goes a very long way. So you don't need a lot for each project. And what I have are little stirry sticks. So what I want to do is make sure that the chalk paste is like a yogurt or cake batter kind of consistency. If it's not, we just spritz a little water in. A little bit goes a long way. So you always want to start with small doses of water, because this only needed just a little bit, and now it's perfect. It's that nice yogurt-like consistency. So now we have our eucalyptus, we have our white, which, goodness, working with chalk paste, white is by far one of the best colors to have. So we just stir that one up. And you'll notice that the darker pigment chalk pastes tend to be just a little bit thinner. Now, because I am at the bottom of this jar, I've used this quite a bit, because this is our green envy and it's perfect to do leaves. So again, we just got all of our chalk paste to that nice yogurt-like consistency, and we are ready to rock and roll. I'm just grabbing some squeegees, different squeegee for different colors. Now the cool thing is there's a couple different things that you can do. You can simply just choose one color and put the paste through and be done. You can put a little bit of color of one color on the top and a little bit of another color on the bottom, and then blend it. Blending works a little bit, it's like the ombre effect. That works a little bit better if you've got bigger words. But I mean, you could certainly do it right across here. So you could do white, eucalyptus, and then white again down here, and just kind of blend it in the middle. So that's an option. The option that I'm going for today is I'm going to do Happiness and Within in white, and then Blooms From in eucalyptus. Now, we have to be sure that our chalk paste is not drying on our transfer, because it is chalk paste, so it will dry. It is liquid right now, but once you put it on and you dry it, it's going to not go anywhere. So we need to work a little quick, especially in the warmer weather, which it's roasting in my craft room right now, so I'm going to go pretty quickly. There is a way that if you have a rather large project, you could chalk a line and then pull the transfer back, dry it, and then go on to the next. But I'm going to go through this very quickly and hopefully get this all on here before it dries. So all that I'm doing is getting a nice good amount of chalk paste onto my squeegee. I am literally just covering the silkscreen area. Now, I have all that excess, so that goes right back into my jar. I'm going over one more time to get a nice thin layer on there, making sure I get the tops of all my letters. And now I'm getting all that excess off, and that excess goes right back in. And we are going to quickly switch to eucalyptus and do this real quick, and hopefully it's not so dry in here that it's going to dry this. Another option, if you find that the chalk paste is starting to dry on there, is to get a paper towel, lay it over top, and lightly spray it, and that will reactivate the chalk. So again, we're getting all of our excess off, making a nice thin layer, and the excess goes right back into the jar. And then when we remove the transfer, we want to make sure that we're pulling top to bottom or left to right, never diagonally, because that will stretch out the transfer. So there you have it. There it is. The A at the top, I think I missed. Yep, I did. The chalk, I missed getting it through the silk screen. But you get the idea. That is how I'm going to move this light, because it's putting a wicked glare on here. So let's slide that back a little. Okay, hopefully that cleared it up. Waiting for it to catch up. I apologize. That is a wicked glare on there. Okay, so that is how easy it is to use chalk paste and our transfers. This is wet. It will dry in about 4 minutes. However, I'm going to speed that process up just for the sake of being live. Get some of that off of there. And we're going to just dry it real quick, just so that you can see that once this is dry, I can rub my hands all over this and it's not going to go anywhere. Okay? It is dry, okay? I'm rubbing my hands all over this. It's not going anywhere. What happens is, with Chalk Couture, We design something, we love it for a little while, and then we repeat. And when I say repeat, I mean that we simply, once spring is over and I've had enough of this design, then I can simply wash it off with water. I'm really fooling with this light because it's really annoying me. Okay, let me see. Sorry. I don't know why it's throwing such a wicked glare on here. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm going to move right along. So, as I was saying, you design, love, repeat. So once spring is over, I simply take my spray bottle and I wash off the design. And then I can create another masterpiece on my chalkboard. If by chance I absolutely love the design that I created with our chalk paste and our transfers, and I didn't want it to ever go away, I can simply get some Krylon spray sealer and spray seal so that that will never go away. So if you do, it is chalk, it's dried chalk. So if you chip it with your nail or bang it, then obviously it will chip. So you just don't want to get it wet or have it hit something else. But that's it. That's pretty cool, huh? So let's put some other little details on here. So we'll get some other colors in. Because the next step I want to show you is layering. Okay, so this is a pretty flower that's got 2 layers to it. I've got the backs labeled. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put, I think I'm going to do the back in white. So I'm going to just pop a couple of these around. Oh, forgot my own rule. Forgot to fuzz it. Let's get that fuzzed for a second. So what I'm going to do is if I put a nice thin layer on here, I can pick this up and then put a bunch of them around. So let's do the bottom in white. So I'll pop a couple of these around. I don't need a lot of chalk paste because it's a very tiny transfer. When you apply pressure, it's really going to put a nice thin layer on there. So let's get that all that excess back off. Now I can pick it up and move it. So I'm going to put a bunch of these down. Once it starts looking like it's getting, like the chalk is getting clogged in the silk screen, that's kind of when you want to stop. I say typically I do no more than 5 times with one transfer before washing it. And I'll explain that in a second. So long as you're getting a nice thin layer, you can do probably about 5 passes. Just be sure not to bang where you just chalked because it's still wet. Okay, so we got 5 out of there. I might try for one more right at the top here, just because it needs balance. Okay, one more. We're going to squeak one more out. Okay, perfect. There we go. We got 6 out of that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking this transfer and I have a pan of water off to the side over here, and I'm simply putting that transfer into the pan of water so that I'm getting the chalk paste out of the silkscreen area. I'm done with my white squeegee. I got all my excess back into the jar, and so that squeegee can go into the pan of water as well. Same with our Stirry Stick. Everything you can wash with water and then reuse. So our Stirry Sticks are the same way. Now I want to get my chalk paste covered because I don't want it to dry out. So when we are layering, we want to make sure that the bottom layer is good and dry, because we don't want to accidentally put the second layer on top and have it pull up the first layer. I'm keeping this project very simple tonight, just using the 2 colors. But we have many different color chalk paste to choose from. But we're just keeping it very simple. Now my board is hot because I just dried it. So I want to just kind of fan it to cool it down, because if I go to put my transfer on here and chalk, the board is still hot. So it's really going to dry that chalk up. So we don't want that. So I'm just letting it come back down to room temperature. It's getting there. While that's happening, I'm going to take my top layer. I'm going to fuzz that over here to the side. I just picked it up and put it down a couple times. Okay, I feel like we're good. Now we're just going to match up this layer to what's underneath, like that. Can you guys see that? I'm going to bring it up a little closer. So I can't see any of the white under there, so I know that I'm right where I need to be. Okay, so let's grab, I'm going to get a new squeegee because my paste is starting to dry on here, and I want a tinier squeegee. This is just a squeegee that I cut down so that I could get into smaller spaces. So let's go ahead and do that. Nice thin layer, and we don't want to push down too hard when we're doing a top layer because we don't want to run the risk of pulling up that bottom layer. Look how awesome these flowers are coming out. So cute. Okay. They are so pretty. I love them. Okay, before I continue, I want to make sure I'm drying over here. Move my chalk paste. Because I don't want my transfer to hit where I just chalked. Okay, that should be good. Now I can continue real quick. Finishing up the rest of these super adorable flowers. There we go. Whoops, I have no idea where the flower is. There we go. Hold on. I can't see. I think we're right. Oh, I was crooked, that's why. Okay, there we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Now we got it in the right spot. Get a little bit more chalk on there. I'm trying to do this so that my I don't have to clean. See how? Okay, here's exactly how you'll know. See how it didn't all come through? Now I know that my chalk paste is drying there. So what I'm going to do is clean this real quick. So let me bring over my pan of water. Move these guys out of the way. So I have my pan of water here. I'm just going to put my transfer in and I'm going to clean it real quick. I have a little board eraser here. You can use your fingers too. That's perfectly fine. And I'm just getting the chalk paste out of there. Okay? That's all I need to do. So I have a towel. And I'm just going to set this on the towel real quick. I'm going to grab a paper towel. And I'm going to just get the excess water from the back here so that we can dry this transfer. If it sticks to itself, don't panic, just peel it apart. If you can't get it apart, get it into some cold water and slowly pry it apart. Because it is a sticky transfer, right? And sometimes, especially with our bigger transfers, that will happen. It'll fold onto itself. That's why you just have to take your time and be careful, but not a crisis if it does stick. Just get it into some cold water. So now that my transfer is cleaned off again, we can continue. I'm just going to match up and get the rest of these done. I may even do that one again. I'm going to get a new squeegee because the reason that I'm doing this, normally I would just keep using the same squeegee, but it is so hot in this room right now that the chalk paste is just drying super fast. Okay, let's get that one off. And then we've got this one. Oop. There we go. We'll do our final flower. I'm gonna try, let me see if I can line this back up. And oh, I was off a little bit, but that's okay. Let me try to line this back up and fix this one because the silk screen was clogged on there. It was starting to dry. There we go. Perfect. Now we've got it. I'm going to put that transfer back into the pan of water. I'm going to close up my eucalyptus. I like to get all that, try to get all the excess off the sides before we close it up. And then I just use my paper towel to try to get it, all that excess around the edge here. So that way when I put the lid back on, we've got a nice tight seal. And we've got our eucalyptus lid. Now that's closed. Now we can dry again real quick and we can add some petals in here. I kind of like it without the petals, but I'm going to throw a couple petals in just to show you. That one I really missed the mark on there. But no worries, because like I said, even if you mess up, you just wash it off with water. That's all you have to do. Okay, let me get my fuzzing towel back up here. And then we're going to fuzz the leaf, and we'll just do, I'll just throw 1 or 2 leaves in here. Okay. All right. So I think I'll just stick one right in here. I don't know if I'm going to like this, but we're going to try it and then we'll see. Now, here's another tool that we have, which is pretty awesome. This tool is our multi-tool, and this is perfect for stirring when you've got your brand new jar of chalk paste. It's great to get in there, but it also has this awesome little edge here that is perfect for little detail work. And for little pieces like this, it is perfect. So we're just going to cover up the leaf, getting all that excess chalk paste back off. And there you have it. Remember to pull your transfer either top to bottom or side to side. There's our cute little leaf. Okay, I'm going to dry that. I'm going to add another one because it looks a little bare with just one. Okay. That's pretty dry. I'm going to go over here a little bit because it's still a little hot. So let's just put another one in right there. Okay. Alrighty. There you have it. So that's all there is to it. You see the little leaf there? I kind of am going with my original in that I like it better without the leaf. But it is super cute. I think if I had gone with different colors, maybe like red or not red, like yellow flowers, that would have looked cute without the with the leaves. But because I went with the eucalyptus, I like it without it. So I'm going to leave that, and I'm going to show you. Let's get this in here. So it's like, okay, all right. I wasn't real thrilled with the leaf on this particular project, so we're going to just wash it off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a paper towel, and I'm going to wet it just a little bit, and then I can just simply come in here and wash that off. Apologize if my head's getting in the camera. I'm trying to look close and see. A Q-tip would be best for this job, but I just don't have one handy, so I'm just going to use the paper towel for now. Okay. So since I wasn't happy with the leaves on this particular project, all I did was use a little water and I took it right off. Voila. Got a little bit of shadowing going on. Let me try to get the rest of that off. There we go. And that is it. That is all there is to it. The awesome part too is that this surface happens to be two-sided. So this is a project that I did earlier. So I kind of like that it both has a spring theme to it. So whichever I'm feeling that day, I can switch it to either side. This happens to be our April Club Couture transfer. And that is a kind of like a subscription service, if you will. So with the Club Couture, you are auto-shipped a transfer every month on the 5th of every month, and you get 3 of our chalk paste packets, which are little single packets that coordinate with the transfer of that month, and they auto-ship to you for $19.99, so it's free shipping with the Club Couture, and you're getting a B-size transfer that retails for $14.99. and 3 chalk paste packets that go with that. So that's a pretty awesome deal. It's a 3-month commitment, and it, like I said, $19.99 free shipping, and then it's a surprise. So you get a new transfer every month. So that's pretty awesome. This transfer, you guys, is a sneak peek of one that isn't even out yet. So you guys, you lucky guys, got to see a sneak peek of one that will be featured very, very soon. In one of our upcoming releases. So that's pretty awesome. So you got a sneak peek of it. This is going to be part of the I just completely blanked on what I was going to say. The Flower Market collection. So this is going to be one of the transfers in that collection. So that is pretty awesome. Okay, because I said I was going to do the project from beginning to end, let's put that aside. I have my carrier sheets. I've got my bucket back. And we're going to clean some of these transfers so you guys can see just how easy the project is from beginning to end. So these are our board erasers, which I mentioned earlier. And mine's pretty beat up because I keep it in my pan of water all the time. You'll notice that the green stained the transfer, and that's perfectly okay, but the silk screen is clear, and that's what we're concerned with. So if the darker pigmented chalks stain here, that's perfectly fine. So once I get the chalk paste out of the silk screen area and off of my transfer, I usually do front and back just to make sure, because sometimes my stirry sticks hit the back, and then I put it on a towel, just a regular old dollar store kitchen towel, and I put it sticky side up. So I think we've got one more piece. This is our first layer of our flower. Okay, that's clean. And then again, we can use this to clean off our multi-tool and our stirry sticks. And we reuse everything with Couture, which is great. Okay, and we're almost done just getting the squeegees cleaned off. And everything over here to our towel. It's pretty awesome, Couture. I have to say, there's so many different creative people that make beautiful masterpieces for their home. But the cool part about it too is that you really don't have to be crafty at all. I mean, the transfers are done for you. The designs are all complete and ready to go. But once you start getting your own collection of transfers, it's kind of awesome that you can kind of make your own by mixing and matching different transfers. So that's pretty awesome. And then the other cool thing is that not only do we have chalk paste, which, like I said, I always kind of think of chalk paste as not permanent because we design, love, repeat with chalk paste. We also have Couture ink, which is permanent. So the same transfers, you can use the Couture ink and the chalk paste. So if I wanted to, I could turn around and take this saying right here, and I could use Couture ink and make myself a t-shirt. I could put this on a plate, like a cookie plate, and give that as an awesome gift, like a housewarming gift. That is super cute. You could put it on a mug. So many different things that you can do with it. Anything that you can heat set, either with an iron or bake in the oven, you can use the Couture ink to make a permanent project. So that's pretty fun. Okay, all of our transfers are now dried off and cleaned off. And now we bring back our carrier sheets so that we can simply return it to its carrier sheet. I just kind of match it up. It's not going to go in there 100% as well as it did when you first took it out of the package, but close enough. So then we're just going to match up. Always make sure that the shiny side of the transfer is going to the sticky side. And that's why we labeled the B on the back, so we know don't put it that way, put it the other way. So we make quick work of just getting this all cleaned up. And now you have seen a project from beginning to end. And as I mentioned, everything that I just went over in tonight's project to explain and show you guys how fun and how easy Couture is, it's all back here on the back of every single transfer that we offer. Where is the front? Cannot find the front. There it is. Wait, I had it and I lost it. Okay. Wow, this one's challenging me. Oh, because it's inside, that's why. That's why. My little tabby went inside the packaging. Okay. So now we just tuck this back in here. And this transfer can be used again and again on many different surfaces. And like I said, with our Couture ink or with our chalk paste. So that's it, guys. Well, thank you so much for the thumbs up. I truly appreciate that. I think it's, once you see it, like I said, you kind of get the gist of it and you see just how easy it is. I would love it if you guys would be so kind as to hit the share button for me to help get the Chalk Couture love out. That is right in the left-hand corner of your mobile device. And that just, like I said, just helps to get Chalk Couture out. It's a brand new company, so it's nice for crafty people and non-crafty people alike that you think might be interested in it. So the sharing is caring, and I always love it. People hit the share button. I also have a VIP group where I offer specials and things like that for and different promotions for Chalk Couture. So if you're interested in that, just type VIP below. And then lastly, if you'd like to be a designer and you think you would like to make money beautifully being a designer with Chalk Couture, I would love to have you as part of our team. Our team is Something to Chalk About. That is our team name. And the girls on our team are fabulous and so helpful. So yeah, no pressure there. If you're interested, hit me up, and I have an opportunity page where I just go over everything there is to know about becoming a Chalk Couture designer, and I'll just put you in that page, and then you can read at your leisure, and then if you have questions, you just send me a message, and I'm happy to answer questions. So if you're interested in joining, just type join below. I think we covered all of our bases tonight, and we've done Chalk Couture from A to Z, showing you beginning to end of a project and just how easy it is. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you hanging in there with me. And have a fantastic night and be safe out there. I will see you guys later. Bye.